Alright guys, welcome back to my next video in 2024. So it's my first video in this year and I hope you like it. So in this video I'm going to show you some short progression about my actual game remake project I'm doing. So first of all, I'm going from unlit to lit, so you see the whole lightning. So in this project I'm a little bit struggling with the first part of modeling, and I show you quick what I have done. So this area is the beginning of the first mission. To start with, I have just modeled this little wall in here with this gate here. By the way, you can find this model on my Sketchweb account. You can find it here on MC477, and these models I made for this project, you can find it too. If you like it, you can just take a look. So this little wall here is also on my Sketchweb page. I don't know where. Here it is. So you can just download it if you want to. And the next thing I have done is this little area here. So it's a whole model I made with this plates down here. You see there are two sides, the left side and the right side, and this foliage in here with these plants. I downloaded it from the Megascans asset store. And the next thing I have done is just I don't have done this. I don't model it for my own. It's a asset from the marketplace. Just I think I'm going to use it, but maybe later on I'm going to model my own. It's the asset, I think it's from Vigilant, if I'm right. I'm just going to show you. It's in the Vigilant content. Yeah, it's the Vigilant content. So if you're going to the marketplace in the search project, you can just type Vigilant and you can get all military stuff. It's really cool, so check it out. The next thing I have done is this building here. It's an entrance in a garage with this ramp, and in here I have to do some major stuff. It's pre-alpha for now, but as a player you can't get through here. The mission is going in the main building up here, so I have to do just the thing you can see in this corner, and that's enough for this. So the next thing I have done is this area here. That's a manhole I made, I think 2020 or something like that. You can just find it in my Sketchweb account under manhole, I think. It's here, German drainage cover pack. There's 5 cover packs with this one and this used. So this, it's this one and this I used here. And I think it's one of my first 3D model I made in my career. The next thing I have done is placed these assets here. These two assets are just from a marketplace asset, and I think it's a house asset if I'm right. So browse to asset and Modern City. It's from the Modern City environment pack, and I just needed some bench and some trash can. I have made my own, but I don't like this asset for now. This bench here, it's just a bench with 4 legs and it's very easy, so I just decided to take this too. And the next thing I have done is this little area here, another plant area. And in this plant area, if you're looking closely, if I change this position, you can see the foliage is going with this position. And I have made this with in the Unreal Engine built-in foliage editor. So just go up here, select mode, go to foliage, and you just switch to the foliage editor. And in here, if you have any foliage in your project, like me from the Megascan pack or another pack, you can just go in here and you have your foliage like that. And in the foliage editor, you can just paint it. If you, if we say I'm going to paint this arrowhead plant, just select it and go to paint, and in here you can just paint it in the level. If you don't like that, just deselect this, go to the grass and make it like that. And the cool thing about this is if you change the position of the floor you paint in, you can just change the position of the grass too, so it's consistent to the ground. Alright, I'm going back to the selection mode and we are going further. The next thing I have done is this little area here, this floor. This is just a normal ground floor made of the, I think I made this of a primitive, let me see, the basic, no, the shape cube, just flatten it out and you see my scale in here. And on top of this, yeah, it's just the standard, the basic cube, and on top of this I have a texture called road bricks. It's road bricks, I think it's another pack I used here. I know for sure I haven't made it by my own, but I'm just showing to you the pack I used. So it's the pack Harrington Brick Pavement. Yeah, it's a Megascan pack, so just go under Megascan and choose it if you like it. And yeah, the next thing I have done is to place these two cars in here. I think there are for now are placeholder, but maybe later on I'm just going to add custom cars matching to my remake. So these two are just placeholder. Then I made this building here. It's building number 2 on the left side. For now it's just unfinished, but I think I have to do these upper parts in here. Here I have to place some lightnings and the inner stuff, but I think I'm going to do it later on after I finished the rest of the level. And the cool thing about here is you can just add some lighting up here and a little tree in here and some grass if you like to. These are some this English ivy I used, maybe, yeah, I think I used this English ivy. And under here I have this other plants, and behind here there is some glass. It's a little error I made. I have to delete this glass and I have to do some lighting up here. So maybe some lamp or something else. So the next thing in here, there's a glass because behind here I have to do some cover. For now I don't know if, how I export this from the main game. I have to just to research a little bit more. So I see I have an error up here. I have to fix this. Yeah, I have to fix it too here. And yeah, to see something I just put some light in here, but these are some placeholder lights. The next thing I've done is building number 3 on this side, and this side is fairly done. And this side I have just to do the upper part. There is some upper part, and on this is going up here. I have to close it up here, and then this side is done. But to make this is very easy. I just copied this section and deleted the upper part and the part up here, and just keep this one, and this side is the same as this side. And with this I just modeled it in this way up, and in here I have just to change the ceiling, and then it's done. Good. The next thing I placed is this fountain here. It's asset I used from another pack, and the pack I used is let me see, and I think it was the Downtown West if I'm right. Yeah, it's in the Downtown West asset pack I used. It's not the right fountain of the game, of the actual game, but I like this one and I think I gonna keep this. So the next thing I have to do in the next time is to add some water in here, but the water pack I want to use is fairly expensive, like I think 300 or 400 bucks, but it's really cool, and maybe in the next couple of months I am going to buy it. So we will see. This floor here, these tiles you can see are just made by myself, and it took me like I think a week to make this, because you have this area of this is a floor tile different than this one and so on. and I made a couple of assets, some floor tiles. In here you can see this lots of floor types I used to make this round, but if you have just made this, you can just make some cool floor tile. The next thing I've done is this plaza main entrance. You can see it's just one mesh. If I'm going to change the position, you see it's all on one mesh. And it took me some time to make this, especially in the Substance Painter part, to make this round up. And you can see I have here some major error I have to fix for the next couple of days, and I'm just thinking about how can I make this round up, because it's separated from the other, but I have an idea how to make it. So what else? This plant area too, and it's the same as down here. So if you have done this stuff here, you can just do this in the same way. And here are plant area and here. So coming to this area, you see I have some loading issue, but if I restart the main project, it's going to reload this from the cache. To show you this glass in here, it's made by me. I think it was building 3. Yeah, it's here, the glass. And it's really easy to make it. Just make in Substance Painter some normal glass with the Weezer layer, and you can just stamp it with some foliage alphas in here. And I have done it in this area and in this. So the door is made by me, and this upper here is a sign. I just used it from a Modern City environment pack. If I'm just loading it up, it's a nice detail. But for this, I'm just thinking if I'm going to do some own stuff, and this one is too from the Modern City. It's just it's a shield with some beers on it. So these tables and chairs are from another pack I used, and so on. In here is the main entrance of the plaza. In the main game, you can't enter here. In the main game, you're going through here. So if you're watching closely, here is the main, here's the level progress. If you enter here, there are a coffee, and in the coffee there are doors, and there you can go further. So the main entrance is just work in progress in here, but if I'm going to unlit, you can see the inner stuff, and the same trash can as here, and the same bench I placed here. So another trash can, and this door are blueprints. Like this other door, you can open and close it. So you see I have placed here some kind of assets to block this door, and so you can't go further in here. It's just planned to make here a little room and a door you can't enter. And yeah, so I'm going to show you now these blueprints I made. So first of all, I can walk. So if I'm going to play, you see I can just rotate the camera like the default project, and you can walk. And I just made a third and first person character camera. So if I press in the X key, I'm switching to the third person, and if I press in the X key again, I'm switching to the third person. And you see now I haven't this clipping issue like at the beginning if you're watching closely. If I'm just changing the position, the rotation of the camera, you see I have this this error. I don't know for now how to fix this, and it's a little bit of an error, but if I'm just switching the cameras, the error is gone away. So you can step up here, and if you're going to the main plaza, you can just press the E key for interaction and open up the door and close it like that. And this little error you see, this red line you can see is some tracing line I have made with a tutorial video. You can't open the door completely, so it's just blocked in this way, so the player knows, okay, I can't go in here, I have to go to the other door on the cafe. And if you're going up here, you can just open the door completely and close it again. So it's open just in one way. That's important for me. That's important for this level. And that's it. So I'm just going to show you now this kind of blueprint I made. So I made 2 different blueprints. So I'm going back to my content, my custom game content. And under BP you have these 2 doors. You have one door for the building 4, that's this one, this building here, building 4. And you have one door for the coffee. And if I'm placing these 2 actors in here, you see, if I'm going to play this door is open completely and closes completely, and this door is just open a little bit. So I'm just opening this one up and I'll show you how it's working. So in this blueprint you have the event open door made in the third person game character. You have a flip-flop. This means if you just trigger this open door event, it's doing A, and if you trigger it another time, it's doing B. So if you trigger it the first time, it's play from start in the timeline. To trigger A and B, you have to do a timeline. In this timeline, you have to determine how fast the door is going to open and close. And just with A, I'm going to in the play from start, and in B is going to reverse. So if you trigger the open door event with your key, it's going to play the timeline from the start, and if you trigger it again, it's going to reverse it. So this means if I'm just press the E key, it's going to open up, and if I press it again, it's closing down. The next thing I have to do is just to determine in which direction it's going to rotate and how much it's going to rotate. So I have this door float, and in this door float I just added a lerp in the alpha, and in the B you can just type 10 if you want the door just open like 10 degrees. For the other one I think it was, yeah, it's 90 degrees. So just type in here and it's open up. And the next thing you have to determine the relative rotation. And in this relative rotation, and you have to use the rotation Z yaw. So the blueprint knows it has to rotate on the Z axis, the door. And the target, that's important, the target is this building 4 door. So the target is in the viewport, just this object you placed in here. Good, that was the blueprint in here. So if I'm going to close it, I can show you now the other part I made. So I used the third person content blueprints, and in the BP third person you can just set up your blueprint. In here you can just determine the whole logic of the tracer. If you want to do it like that, just go to YouTube and watch some videos about it. I'm not good enough to explain it to you, but it works as you have seen. To shorten it up, if you press the E key, it's firing up some line tracer that is shown in the first person character camera. And in here you're just going to determine which blueprint is going to be affected by the tracer. So if it's hitting the trace line, it's firing up this blueprint. So for example, in here it's just checking if the condition of the line tracer is true. So I used this sequencer so I can add some other pins if the line tracer has to check for other blueprints. So the first branch, the first sequence is going to check if the condition with the tag door left I created is true. So if it's hitting the tag door left, the asset door left, then if it's true, it's going to cast to the blueprint door left. And as the blueprint door left, the target is going up to fire the event open door, like as shown in the content earlier. So it's going to open up this open door blueprint and firing up this open door event. So the next thing, it's fired up with the sequence 1. Another branch with the condition is the tracer hitting the object with the tag building 4 door. So the building 4 door is this object, this blueprint. If yes, it's going cast to this blueprint, and it's creating this, it's firing up this event in here. If I'm just going to double click it, you can see it's jumping to the blueprint door building 4, and it's firing up the same with this 10 degrees. So I hope you understand this. It's a little bit complicated for me because I'm just at the beginning of learning the blueprint in Unreal Engine, but if you stay and learn, you can just master quickly. So that's it for now, and for another update, I think I'm going to make it next month, so you see how much progress I made. So stay tuned for the next couple of tutorials. I am going to make some robot modeling tutorial and some other stuff. But the main part for the moment of tutorials I'm making are just modeling tutorials for this project here. If you like some other stuff, just write me in the comment and I'm just going to make that. So that's it for this video now. If you like this type of video, just write it in the comment, leave a like, leave a subscription. And if you like to support me a little bit more, I have just a donate site. It's just linked in the description of this video. And if you want to buy my models, my assets, just go to my Sketchweb account. It's called MC477, and you can find here all kind of models I made. And as I said, if you like it, you can buy it. And for the future, I'm just making some tutorials about robot modeling and the user CoreUZ. I hope I just spelled it right. I suggested some Dead by Daylight check. Maybe I'm going to do it for the next couple of days. Alright, that's it. So I see you in the next one.